So hi guys and welcome back to another episode of making Kush Maini, a Formula 1 champion, but right now he is not because obviously we are in first season. And if you haven't watched the last video, go and check it out guys, because obviously we had some craziness in that Las Vegas. We had rain in the desert race, and look at that guys, Lando Norris is in P1 right now, Max Verstappen P2, separated by almost 40 points there. So they will have to do something. Well, Max Verstappen has to do an amazing Qatar race to get a chance to win this season, and we have updated all the parts. So guys, let's just go into the qualifying
in Qatar, a high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along.
So into the qualifying for the sprint race, and we are here rounding out the last corner, and we have some battery left. Let's use that. DRS open, and we are P1. We go P1 right now with a 124.6. Obviously, looks like many of these people do not have a new engines. That's why they are a little slow. So we have skipped past the time obviously because there is no point doing anything. So we are P3. Lando Norris P1. Lando Norris looks good. Max Verstappen is right now in P9, the championship contender, and our teammate Pierre Gasly is out of Q1, which is weird to see. So SQ2 here, another medium set, sounding out the last corner using battery ERS, and we start our lap here into SQ2. So right now we have to do some craziness because obviously guys, we have the most grip on the first lap, and in Qatar obviously it's a little difficult to do anything on the second lap, considering there's a lot of load that goes through these tires because it's a very high speed circuit. So two green sectors here, rounding out the last corner in Qatar GP here. ERS open, DRS now open, deploy is used, and we go P5. We go P5 and we are right now 9th. So even though we do not want to do, we have to do another lap, and look at that guys, rounding out the last corner in SQ2 here, we have gained almost 2-3 turns here, and ERS open, DRS open, and we go P6. We go P6. That's good. And Carlos Sainz into P1, and Oscar Piastri and Lewis Hamilton, both of these guys knocked out into SQ2. I think they did not do a second lap, that's why it happened. So let's see. SQ3 on a new soft tires, obviously 14 seconds remaining. We have started our final and one and only lap into SQ3 because guys, soft tires are not as sturdy as medium tires. That's why we decided that there is no point doing 2 laps. So some battery left for us, and qualifying is now complete. Alonso is in P6, Russell P7, and Charles Leclerc is now P6. Obviously people are improving because they did go on a second time on their soft tires, but I decided there is no point. So rounding out the final corner here, 25%, and we go a little bit wide, but does not matter. We are using ERS. DRS now open, race to the line with a 123.9. Let's see where will we end up, and we end up at P4. So that's good guys. Max Verstappen on pole. Lando Norris will be starting besides us into the sprint race. So guys, let's just go into the sprint race.
No chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We're back here in Losail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique 3-prong shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Maini, Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Albon, Magnussen, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Joe, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday, but in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
So, into the sprint race, we start P4 here, and we are starting side by side. Well, we are starting in front of Lando Norris. So guys, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we go for the final sprint race of this season. Max Verstappen starting for a pole, George Russell starting P2 here, and we have a fight here. Max Verstappen has already overtaken Charles Leclerc, and George Russell going side by side, and Lando Norris has lost position. And we have a 3-wide situation behind us with Perez and Charles Leclerc, and that was Alonso, and Charles Leclerc has overtaken Perez, but Perez, they are still going side by side. Alonso has overtaken Lando Norris. No, but Lando Norris comes back. Into the braking, and he has overtaken. He has overtaken Alonso back, so that's a good news for him. He has to overtake these guys as fast as he can, because he needs to make the deficit as small as he can from Max Verstappen. So lap 2 starting here in the sprint race, we are going so defensive to breaking the toe from Charles Leclerc and into the braking for turn 1 on lap 2. We have stayed in front of Charles Leclerc, and Sainz has stayed, he has gone in front. George Russell is fighting with him, so that's a good news for us. Max Verstappen obviously has run away from the lead, which happens every time. So at the end of lap 2, Max Verstappen has just done the fastest lap, and Charles Leclerc uses battery, and he is trying to go side by side here, and he has gone side by side, and into turn 1 we are pushing Charles Leclerc a little bit wide there. I am not as good as Max Verstappen, guys, so I am going to push Charles Leclerc as wide as I can, and we have stayed in front of Charles Leclerc. So let's see. Lap 7, George Russell gets DRS, and he has overtaken Carlos Sainz without any problem. Carlos Sainz did not try to defend that one, because I think he will try to overtake him after that. And when that was happening, Charles Leclerc has overtaken us into turn 1. Obviously I tried to do something but wasn't able to do anything, because guys, obviously even though I can match their pace for some laps, I cannot do it for the whole race, and because of that I was trying to stay with Charles Leclerc. Because of that I went wide a little too much, and now I have to gap 3 seconds to these guys. So lap 8 starting, we are 6 tenths in front of Perez, and we are using battery, and I will have to use 100% pace, because I was using 100% pace, and we are still using 100% pace, I can still push a little, because Perez and Stroll fights a little bit, and because of that we have a 1.2 gap, guys. We have a 1.7 second gap to these guys, so that we can still score some points, because we are P5. And at the end, and look at that, guys, it was because of this we had a little bit of a lag. I don't know what happened to the game. Obviously I was just trying to go through it, and Stroll also has a 10-second penalty, so he will end up behind us, so that's always a good news for us. So we are here on last lap with a PowerPoint presentation that we have to deal with, but rounding out the last corner, who did not put any step wrong here with a 4-second lead, Max Verstappen wins the final sprint race. George Russell has just beaten by Carlos Sainz there for P2, and we are here rounding out the final corner. Look at that, guys. the top 3. Well, the people behind us, Stroll, Norris and Perez has caught up to us, and because of that, guys, because of that, even though we ended our race in P5, we completed in P10, and it was a really hurtful, guys. The good news is Pierre Gasly did not score any points for us, well, for the team, and obviously we did not too. But guys, obviously it was a dumb mistake from us, but we can still do something. So guys, let's just go into the qualifying. But first, let's see, we have gone a little bit too close to 79. So guys, let's just go into the qualifying.
Today, qualifying in Qatar, a high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along.
So guys, into the main qualifying of the race, and we are on soft tires, completing our first run on the new soft tires. So ERS open, DRS open, and we go P3. 8/10 slower, guys. 8/10 slower than Max Verstappen. That's actually crazy. So look at that, guys. We are going to skip past every time because we are right now P5 here. So I think we will make it till the end. So final results are coming in, and we are P7 and Pierre Gasly P11 there, and Lando Norris and Max Verstappen P1 and P2. Shock horror, because obviously these guys are fighting for the championship and they should be there. So let's see. So guys, into Q2 here, we are on a new set of tires, and we are right now with 2 green sectors into the last corner, again going a little bit wide. ERS open, DRS open, and we go P5 on a used set, sorry that was, and P6 is I think alright. We are, no it's not, because we are behind Pierre Gasly and even behind Albon, so we have to use a new set. So 1 minute remaining, we have started our final lap into Q2. Turn 1, we are not gaining time that much, but we will gain time because we lost a lot of time in the last 2 sectors, because guys, the first sector I do is more or less really good. So we have still gained a lot of time in the first sector, and going through the last corner here, we have gained 4.5 tenths, and we have Lando Norris, I think that is behind us, and we are using everything we have, and 2.5 tenths gain. Going wide did lose us time, but we were lucky enough to get into P8, and our teammate was knocked out from Q2. So Q3, guys, on your new set, and we are on a final run here, because obviously, guys, we did a first lap, well, the first run on a new set of soft tires. I did not want to show you that because it did not make sense to show you a lap which was a banker lap essentially. So first sector almost completed, and we have not gained even a tenth here. Hell, we have lost a 10 there. So let's see, can we gain this time? And we have, look at that, even after a purple sector, we only gain 2 tenths here, and we have to gain a lot more and a lot more to get some good position. And we going a little bit wide, because guys, obviously you will lose a lot of time while going wide, and look at that, we are now only 1.5 tenths up, and this is not good. So rounding out the final corner here, 2.5 tenths almost gain, and we have messed up the exit, guys. We have messed up the exit really badly, and we get P5. Alright, I mean, it's alright, we can't do anything about it. We are 5 tenths behind Max Verstappen. So guys, let's just go into the main race.
Welcome back to Qatar and the Lusail International Circuit. There's a long history of two-wheeled motorsport action here, but in 2021, Lewis Hamilton won out as part of an epic battle that year with Max Verstappen. But who will win out tonight? So we're back here in Lusail, and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns, and just 1 DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS though, through the long straight and into turn 1. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Maini, Norris, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Sargent, Albon, Magnussen, Ricciardo, and Zhou Guanyu. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
And guys, so many penalties.
Don't let me down.
And even Max Verstappen has taken a penalty, and because of that, we are starting P3 here. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are going for the final sprint weekend of the season. Piastri P2 here, Perez P1. And he is trying to find Lando. This is going side by side with us. And we go a little bit wide, trying to go around the outside of Perez and Piastri, but we just stuck back in. And because of that, Perez has stayed in front of Piastri, but we have overtaken Piastri. And Lando Norris is going side by side with Oscar Piastri there. And Piastri has stayed in at least P3. He has lost P2 there. But I guess that happens sometimes. And Carlos is in P5. And Charles Leclerc in P6. That's, I think, Alonso in P7. And behind them is George Russell in P8. And behind them is Max Verstappen, who is trying to catch up to Lando Norris. So let's see what we can do. And at the end of lap 1, Lando Norris is losing a little bit of time, and he is 1.3 seconds behind us. I don't know what happened to him, but Oscar Piastri is just behind us. And look at that, going a little bit defensive there, obviously trying to break the toe there, and moved second time, and now we can't move more. So into the braking for turn 1, we have still stayed in front of him and Carlos Sainz, and we go wide, and we have even taken out the brake marker for these guys, because that is also tactics, guys. That is also tactics. So into the last corner of lap 2, guys. Sainz has already overtaken Lando Norris. Norris is again losing a lot of time. Sergio Perez has just done the fastest lap, and Oscar Piastri, with the help of DRS, going through the inside into turn 1. We can't do anything. Look at that. Oscar Piastri he covered everything, guys. Even I thought about doing a switchback, but Piastri covered everything beautifully there, and because of that, he has maintained his position into P2 now finally. And lap 4 here, guys. Lando Norris does not have DRS, and Fernando Alonso does. So around the outside of turn 1, Lando Norris has been overtaken, and guys, it's because of this. It's because of this. His front wing, Lando Norris' front wing end plate is gone. His front wing end plate is gone, and that's not good for him, because obviously on a track like Qatar, in which there are no slow speed corners, all the corners are medium speed or high speed, so it's not really good for him to have a whole end plate missing from his front wing. And because of that, guys, lap 5, Max Verstappen has overtaken Lando Norris. Yep, even before turn 1 he has been overtaken, and Lando Norris, because guys, the grid is so close. Look at that. There is only a little bit of a big gap between Carlos Sainz and Alonso, and that is also closing up. So Sainz, with the help of DRS, going around the outside of Charles Leclerc, and he has overtaken his teammate Carlos Sainz, showing his ultimate pace in Qatar there. And we are trying to stay with Piastri, trying to stay in his DRS so that we do not get attacked by Carlos Sainz or Charles Leclerc behind us. And we also have an objective, guys, to overtake Oscar Piastri, which is a crazy thing to see, guys, because it's not going to happen. So lap 7 starting here, guys. Even though I have DRS, I am losing, and on lap 7 I have finally lost the DRS to Oscar Piastri. And as soon as I lost DRS, both the Ferraris are right behind me, trying to overtake me as soon as he can, and Charles Leclerc is the first one to go, and with the help of DRS into the braking for turn 1, Charles Leclerc has overtaken us, and obviously I can't really do anything because they have much better car, and it's lap 8 guys again, because my tire wear isn't really that good than these guys. I cannot push that much, and well, even then I push on these tires, but the tires obviously go off much more quickly than these guys. So starting lap 8 guys, with the help of DRS, Lando Norris has been overtaken by Lance Stroll, the second Aston Martin, and you understand that means Lando Norris is now out of points. That is not good for him, considering Max Verstappen is now in P6 and he is in the DRS of Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen, and we have failed the objective, and obviously it was always going to fail. So into the braking, Max Verstappen has overtaken Carlos Sainz there, but he is also trying to go on us, but I am not going to let that one go that easily, and we have stayed in front of Carlos Sainz and in front of Max Verstappen. So lap 11 here guys, at the end, rounding off the final corner, we have finally lost the DRS to Charles Leclerc too guys, because obviously even though I was pushing, it was getting really difficult to stay with these guys because obviously my tires were going off much more than these guys. So DRS open, DRS now closed, into the braking for turn 1. Max Verstappen has already gone in front of me, and it was easy for Max Verstappen that overtake because obviously I have zero grip. The front tires are done and the rear tires are never there. So we have now starting to go wide guys. We have started to go so wide, and I decided at the end of lap 12 that there is no point going because I am just essentially losing position. So we do not want that, and I decided let's go into the pits for these hard tires. Obviously in Vegas you saw we did 17 laps on these hard tires and they were still 22% were worn out. So I guess we can use these tires to go till the end, and I was supposed to come in on lap 13 at the end, and we just decided to go at the start of lap 13. So guys, we are now out of the pits and we are 7 seconds behind Logan Sargent. So let's see what we can do here, and obviously we have a little bit of a objective to avoid risking the tire wear surfaces, which I essentially portaled that objective guys, because obviously there is no way I'm not doing that because it's a really difficult track to not let loads go into the tires. So lap 14 here, we have at least stayed in front of Alonso and he is not even into our DRS. So lap 15, Max Verstappen has pit and Charles Leclerc has also pit, and Charles Leclerc's pit stop is slow. Charles Leclerc's pit stop is slow. He is not having the best race now. So everyone is into pits. My teammates, Stroll, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, everyone. So Stroll comes out, Pierre Gasly comes out in front of Hülkenberg, and Hülkenberg now into the pits. So everyone is into the pits and we come out into P7, but we have done it. We have undercut Max Verstappen. I was not hoping for that to happen, but we have undercut Max Verstappen. That is crazy. I wasn't even trying to undercut him, and obviously Charles Leclerc was in front of me and Max Verstappen because he did overtake us, but obviously because his pit stop was so bad, he ended up behind me and Max Verstappen. And lap 16 here guys, Max Verstappen obviously he is not that easy to defend because Max Verstappen is Max Verstappen and he has overtaken us, and obviously he is trying to catch Lando Norris, and considering Lando Norris is not going to score any points in this race, Max Verstappen, if he wins this, he will have the best chance in Abu Dhabi. So lap 19 here, Charles Leclerc is just behind us and he goes side by side with us. Can he overtake with the help of DRS and into the braking for turn 1? We go around the inside and we have stayed in front of Charles Leclerc, and we are not going to let this position, this P5 go guys, because I know Max Verstappen is faster than us, and my tires were done, those mediums were done, but these hard tires are much more sturdy and really amazing to use. So guys, lap 25 here, rounding out the final corner. Charles Leclerc tried everything on every lap, but as you can see, I have 60% DRS now. I'm using it, every part of it now. And look at that, again going side by side with us. Charles Leclerc trying to overtake us, but into the inside. And again guys, showing superb thing, taking a page out of Max Verstappen's textbook, pushing Charles Leclerc wide as much as we can, and we have stayed in front of him. So rounding out the final corner here guys, lap 28, trying to start our lap 29 obviously, and we have taken a little bit of a break, and lap 29 starting here, final lap here. Piastri and Perez in front of us, and Charles Leclerc again will try to overtake us. We do not have that much battery, and we have made a mistake guys this time, and we have again finally Charles Leclerc has overtaken us, and we also have a little bit of a snap on the rear. And look at that guys, a little bit snap, and because of that we have lost that. Obviously I should have gone defensive rather than going out and trying to swoop in around Charles Leclerc, and that did not work. And rounding out the last corner, Max Verstappen has just done a miracle here, and he wins the Qatar GP with after a penalty which dropped him to P6. He comes back and wins this race. Sergio Perez ended his race into P2, Piastri into P3, and we are fighting for that P4 with Charles Leclerc. But Charles Leclerc is not letting this go guys, because he is in front, and look at that, we are so close to him, and just so close, and yet so far Charles Leclerc is, and I can't do anything. And because the guys, even though these hard tires are amazing, they are a lap older than these guys' tires, and it makes sense. So rounding out the last corner guys, Charles Leclerc will win it, and Alonso can't do anything to us, and we have stayed in front of him, and we score some big points here, some major points for our team guys and for us after the craziness that happened. So guys, let's just see the podium celebration for Max Verstappen.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
So Max Verstappen obviously won, Piastri P3, Sergio Perez P2, and we have a little bit of a problem for Lando Norris because he did not score any points. Well, Max Verstappen has now taken the lead and minus it with 30 points because he scored 34, and Lando Norris only scored 4 points this race weekend, and Max Verstappen has just 18 points. So if Lando Norris has to at least get P6 in this race, well, in Abu Dhabi, to keep his championship, and with the performance he is showing in the final few races, it will be difficult to do that. So Lance Stroll has, well, he has more points, but we have a much better rating than him, because guys, we have finally hit the 80 rating mark, because obviously it was an amazing race. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and guys, happy Diwali to everyone who is watching.